Today we're going to be making West African peanut butter tofu sauce. This is a recipe that I got a long time ago from a good friend of mine. She lives in Gambia, Africa. And even though it was made with chicken there, and it's a main staple for their diet, served over rice, our recipe won't have the chicken and it won't be served over the rice, but it still just makes my mouth water even just thinking about it. First, we're going to start with the tomatoes and onion. So I've got the onions here. I just chop them up basically because the blender will do most of the work. So we'll do the onions and the garlic and the tomatoes. And this will be the base of the sauce. So we'll just blend this up quick. Okay. It doesn't have to be blended super well because it'd be nice to have a couple chunks of onion in there still. We'll put it in the pan. And then you want about equal part water to that. So we're just going to fill the blender with water. Not that much. And pour that in. And then we're going to put our tomato paste in there. The whole jar. And again, both the canned tomatoes and the tomato paste are no salt. Okay. And here we've got onion powder, turmeric, and cumin. Throw that in there. And the juice of 1 whole lemon. And a whole cup of peanut butter. This is the secret. And this too is also no salt, no sugar peanut butter. I actually make it by myself. I roast my own peanuts and blend it in the Vitamix so that I make sure there's no salt or sugar in it. And then we're gonna set this on the stove for anywhere from a half an hour to an hour on about medium. You want it to kind of cook down a bit so the sauce is a little bit thicker. Right now it's a little runny. And then we'll add the other ingredients. Okay, now it's cooked down about halfway, probably at least a half an hour. And now we're gonna add our super powerhouse foods here, our nutrient-dense kale and cabbage. And the tofu. Some brags. And then I like to add some chili powder because I like it kind of spicy. And that is up to you how much you put or how hot your chili powder is. But I'm gonna put about probably a half a teaspoon just to start. And then after it cooks down for a while, I'll test it again and see if it needs to be even spicier. So we're gonna cook this down about another half hour and then check to see if it's done. Really what you're checking for is just, that the kale is kind of wilted down and the cabbage is wilted down a little bit and your sauce is nice and thick. So let's let it cook. All right, it's done. And I've already tested for the level of spiciness and it's just about right. I always like to add a little bit more chili powder to mine because I really like it spicy. And one thing that we found, to make it really fully nutritarian, you don't want to have it over rice, but typically it's served over rice. So what we found is that avocados is a great substitute and it just makes it so much more rich. It's just wonderful. And then I've got a little bit of coriander here to sprinkle on top if you like coriander. If not, you don't have to put that on there, or you can sprinkle some little chopped up jalapenos or something like that. It's really good too. So I'm just going to serve some up. take a bite. Fantastic. Hope you like it.